everyone. Welcome to Wild on Design, presented by Women in Luxury Design and the Pacific Design Center. I'm your host, Jennifer Convey. I'm also the founder of Women in Luxury Design. And today we are super excited to speak to a dear-hearted friend and a super talented interior designer, Tammy Randall Wood. She is the principal and founder of Interior Archaeology, which is a full-service design firm. And she is specializing in all things that go into the creation of a home, from a mini makeover to large scale remodels. She's been in business for over 20 years, and boy, has she got some exciting projects and stories to tell us, especially one in particular that she lived to tell. I kid you not, she's the living, rising phoenix from the ashes. We get to meet her right now. Welcome, Tammy.
Hello.
Hi.
It's so great to be here.
It's great to see you. Oh, so nice to see you. I haven't seen you in all this time during COVID. How are you and yours?
You know what? We're doing so well. I almost feel badly saying that, because I just feel like we've come out of this time of quietness when none of us were really quiet, but maybe we were sort of working, kind of a little in isolation, but still staying super busy. And
right.
But we're doing just great. And we're just so happy that everybody is well and there for us to come back to. Yes.
And you've been working nonstop though, this whole time.
Yeah. Yes, we absolutely have, because we were working on our own projects. And then in 2018, in the fall, there was the W.I.LD fire. And, and our design studio was actually the casita on our property. So when the fire happened,
your home.
This is my home,
property, your home,
and our design firm are on the same property.
Right.
So in 2018, the fire happened, and we got kicked out of here into temporary housing.
Okay, Tammy, since you brought it up, this is what I want to hear. I want you to tell the story. Of this beautiful home, your home, that was published in Luxe magazine. Now, you had the cover photo. What was it, like 17 pages? I actually went to see your home. It was extraordinary. And then the fire, the infamous fires of California.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us what happened after this beautiful home was published and all your work.
Well, my husband was in China. And so I was alone, and it just was one of those California fires that you thought, how far could it actually spread? Well, it's, worst case scenario, it went all the way from Chatsworth right across this canyon to the beach, and all within just a few hours. So, I was watching the news. It was getting smokier and smokier. And I started going through the house and just grabbing what I could. Got the dog, kept watching the news, and said, okay, it's time to go. And got everything in the car, got the gate unlocked in the dark, and power was starting to go out. Explosions were happening.
Oh my gosh.
And, you just go into sort of survival mode, you just do what you need to do. And I really thought about which direction to go. Do I go to the beach? Do I get stuck in a tunnel? Flames are coming. Wow. It's choking.
There's only two directions to go.
Massive explosions. So I crept out over Mulholland, and just everything's glowing. And you're just seeing big, massive embers, flying past you. And it's just...
harrowing.
It was harrowing.
Just you and the dog and whatever you could fit
in the dark. Yeah. But with the glowing hills. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, with burning hills and your poor husband. He must
he was watching from China. He was so afraid that I'd somehow maybe fall asleep, because it was the middle of the night, and the whole canyon burned. It looked like Mars afterwards. It really looked like Mars. It was a fire hurricane.
It was a fire hurricane. Absolutely. Yeah. You are so lucky to have survived that. And then you got a call. You made it to your daughter's house, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you got a call from your neighbor who
Yes.
Wait, that's a famous house that's
Right.
next.
Yes, yes. So we share a driveway with the Bachelor Mansion, ABC's The Bachelor. So behind our gates are our two homes, our home, my design studio, and the Bachelor Mansion. And so Marshall, the owner, called and said, or he texted and he said, honey, it's gone. Because he was seeing helicopter footage of his production facility, which is just 100 feet from my house.
So you got it verified. You didn't even.
It was so we were like, okay, it's gone. So, we were really surprised to find out like 24 hours later that it was still standing. And when they finally
it was gone, but standing.
Right. So he said, well, Marshall said his production facility was completely burned to the ground.
But explain your house.
Oh, okay.
Standing.
Well, so it was standing. It was charred around. His white Spanish colonial was black, and all of the outbuilding, or all of the, the pergolas, the patios just burnt charred. Where we sat, Jennifer, you and I, at that event we had, that furniture was just dust. The pergolas were dust. And so it's
stucco and it was left standing.
Stucco. And so that really is the beauty of, cement and clay, is that it doesn't burn that readily.
It just roasted.
My house was roasted. So, so we all, in some ways, Jennifer, it might've been easier to start from scratch because you have to, pull out, you have to undo to redo.
Right. All the damage. And then, oh gosh. So yeah, you had a monumental job and you only just in recent months moved back. It's 2021 now.
Right. That's right. Took 2.5 years.
I had the privilege of living, obviously in another home, not that far away while you did all this. But the amazing thing is that your studio, you were able to survived it and that you were able to work.
Exactly.
You lived there, but you could work there.
Exactly. The casita on property is our design studio, and the flames stayed away from it. So we were able, as soon as power came back on a few months later, we were able to get back in here. My crew is back in here. We were doing our projects and also overseeing the reconstruction of the house up the stairs. So
that's
great. It really turned out beautifully.
So wait, did you do the same design again?
Does any designer do the same thing twice? I don't think so. We don't like to do the same thing twice.
Well, how is it different? Is it very different? Similar?
It's super different. I mean, it's a Spanish colonial, so, but fits within its framework. But there was a lot of water damage. So all the floors were pulled up and redone. The kitchen was pulled out and redone. The bathrooms were pulled out and redone.
Are we going to see this new version of this same house again?
So we're working on our photography team now. We're getting that put together. And people who follow us on Instagram, they're actually seeing sneak peeks of the new, we're calling this Canaan Round 2. All of our projects, we give a name to, we give a hashtag and a name to all of our projects. So as clients and friends follow along, they can see different projects. But this one, the first go around is client myself, Canaan Round 1. And the redo is client myself, Canaan Round 2.
It's catchy. I like it.
So folks are starting to get sneak peeks online now.
Okay, well, make sure everyone goes there. There to see it. Okay, so talk about your design aesthetic a little bit, if you would. I didn't want to go through your whole bio, and of course, we'll post it on this episode. But you do this wonderful. You use many elements: vintage, easy breezy, kind of California living. You describe it. I'd love to hear in your own words.
Well, clients ask us all the time, what's our favorite style? And it's like asking somebody, who's their favorite child? We like to say we love all styles, but we search for that authentic vibration, from a project. So we like to use authentic materials. We put a huge amount of thought into the built-ins and all of the cabinetry package. We really feel that that's a foundational element in a home. So we really put a lot of emphasis on that. But there is this authentic nature of things in our projects from every style, whether they're modern or they're, uber traditional. We look for natural materials. We look for this easy breezy vibration.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you certainly do, and you do it so well. I'd love for you to share a little bit about your client relationships. I mean, you have good friends that are clients. Or vice versa, they were clients and became good friends. And you also have a foundation, and there's some crossover in there as well. But I want to hear about your latest project that was featured in Architectural Digest, Rainn Wilson and his wife's home.
Yes.
You were there shopping for properties with them.
Right. Which is, yes, exactly. So this is for actor Rainn Wilson and his beautiful wife, Holiday Reinhorn, who's a wonderful fiction writer. And our story together as friends goes way back, but Rainn and Holiday were searching for their next home, and they would text me and say, "Hey, we've got another one for you to see." And I'd meet them and we go over it, and I would say, "Well, this is what you could do with it." And yes, it could work. And, but certainly I think they felt that I wasn't that enthusiastic about any of the choices up until the last choice. And so they had me meet them at this particular property, and I was so bowled over. And I looked at them and I was like, really? You're asking, if you don't buy this house, I will. Like, the other offer on the table is going to be mine. So,
and you meant it.
I meant it 100%. I did. I really did. So wow. It's a beautiful hacienda style by kind of an undersung architect in California named Hap Gilman. And so it's a super authentic Spanish hacienda.
Yeah, we're seeing pictures of it. It's so beautiful.
And that hacienda style is, it's that white stucco, it's red tile roof, it's rustic, wood details, and usually a courtyard of some sort, usually in the middle. And that's what this property is. And it's just enchanting, absolutely enchanting.
How was this project different than your other work, perhaps?
Well, actually, it probably has all the ingredients of my favorite kinds of projects, which again is this authentic thing. When you can find a piece of architecture that really is the epitome of what its architecture is, it's exciting. So
this is a unique story. You actually bought the house, made sure they bought the house, and got to do it. And boy, did you. It's stunning. Now, how was this design perhaps different than maybe some of your other work? What made this unique?
Well, the clients, I think. The clients, Rainn and Holiday, have an incredibly unique sense of style and their own style. They're writers, they're world travelers. They've got eclectic, eccentric taste. And it's one of our goals to really make our projects reflect our clients. This is when we walk away, we want them to be front and center and shining. This is their home. This is their story. So coming together with all of that and bringing them into this with their art and their tastes was a challenge. And it was like the best challenge,
Fun.
So, yeah. So Rainn said when I was trying to sort of hone in on their style, he said, "Tammy, think Yves Saint Laurent and Georgia O'Keeffe having an orgy with Basquiat." And I was like, okay. I got it. You should have seen my mood boards for that.
Why didn't you say so?
I'll include them next
I know exactly what to do. That's hilarious. It's really unique and stunning, and it's got all that personality that you did an excellent job, I'm sure, capturing them in their home. I also want to talk about, I have been to now a few of your fundraisers and presentations for the Mona Foundation. I know that Rainn Wilson from the office is very involved with that with you. Please tell us about the Mona Foundation. It's your passion, right?
Thank you. It certainly is. So, yeah. So, I actually met Rain and Holiday through Mona years and years ago. Rain invited us to one of his Mona fundraiser, and to learn more about Mona Foundation, and we were captivated. We were really hooked.
What is the foundation?
Well, Mona Foundation supports grassroots educational initiatives all over the world in some really, really desperate places. And they look for these incredible schools that are already up and running and doing an amazing job, and really transforming their communities. And Mona Foundation partners with them, supports them, consults with them about how to grow, how to grow in the way that they want to grow, and we support them be rock stars and transform communities. So it's very exciting. It's not this first world country coming in and telling somebody else how to do it. It's in this really humble posture of learning that we partner with these organizations and watch them transform their whole community.
It is amazing what you do. And we're seeing, these are photographs that you took in India and all over the world. These are your photographs, and they're extraordinary. Definitely a sense of community in this. It's amazing what you do. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate it.
There is a little bit of a kismet between what I do in interior archaeology and what Mona Foundation does, in that it's about transformation. I believe so much in interior design and in transformation of space, because it allows our vibration to come higher into a harmonious setting, and it allows us, it's the backdrop to the story that is our lives, the people that we're trying to become, the lives that we're creating. And that's what space does, I believe. And in the same way, Mona Foundation goes in and helps transform communities. And it's all about transformation, right? It's about starting here and raising it to here, and how that harmony just raises the vibration. It makes the world a better place. And so there really is, I've noticed that there's a lot of kismet between what I do for work and what I do in my heart space, which is for Mona Foundation.
Definitely. You are definitely aligned. One of the more aligned people I know. Everything is so heartfelt, and you're so genuine and authentic, and all of those lovely things. And I miss seeing you. It's been great to see you. I'll get back to it in person.
Hopefully soon, very soon.
Hopefully soon. Absolutely. Real quick question, just if we have time. I wanted to ask you about your upbringing. Now, I know you were born here in California, and then you went away to the East Coast and back. What I really just want to know about is how growing up on sets, film sets, influenced your design interest.
Yes. Well, so my parents are in the industry. My mother was in music and television. My father is a stuntman and sort of a well-known second unit director. And so we spent a lot of our childhood on sets with him and going on location. And I was actually going to go into the film industry and follow him into that, but I just kept coming back to interior design. I kept coming back to space. And why that is because I think, whether I was on set with him on E.T. and Elliot's Kitchen, or I was with him on Raiders of the Lost Ark, with Indiana Jones in the marketplaces of Marrakesh, no matter where it was.
Best movies. Wow.
The best movies, right? Yeah. But no matter where it was the space that set the background for the story to play out. And I was fascinated with how space could propel a storyline. And I just kept thinking, gosh, that's how it is for people. Our space supports our storyline. And I don't know how you can have like harmony in your life with a dissonance in your space. And so I kept going back to this, going, this is my passion. This is what I want to do. I want to affect people's stories. I want them to be able to have the best story, and space.
I have never heard anyone else ever explain that in this way, and it just makes such beautiful sense. And it's amazing that that's your background, and you were able to transform all of that experience into your chosen profession. It's really, really fantastic. Lucky for us that you're
It's a
creating
lot of fun.
stories for everyone, their story.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing all of this good info, and we can't wait to see the latest projects and your new home again.
Yeah.
And tell everyone where we can sign up for Mona Foundation.
Well, you can go to monafoundation.org. It's a beautiful website. And for people looking for a way to make a difference in the world, we invite you to join us because we're having a great time. And we would love to have more friends join us there. So monafoundation.org. Yeah.
Great. Your studio didn't burn down, so you had all your samples and all your work in there, which is a godsend. But where do you source? I mean, do you source at the Pacific Design Center? I'm putting you on the spot here.
Oh, sure. I absolutely do. I love the PDC, and I've been going to the PDC since I was a teenager. So every one of those floors and showrooms, as they've changed around, we love. Actually, in our new iteration of Canaan Round 2, we have some beautiful fabrics from Thomas Lavin. So you can see some of his beautiful things featured here. And lots of new things sprinkled throughout the new Canaan project were sourced from the PDC.
Wonderful. Well, we'll be on the lookout for it. Yes, we love Thomas Lavin and we love the PDC. Thank you, PDC. Thank you, Tammy Randall Wood.
Thank you, Jennifer Convey.
I will see you soon, and I'll see all of you again soon as well. This is Wild on Design. Catch you next time.